guys, what's going on, and welcome back to the channel. Well, as you can see behind me, we have the Gladiator project in the shop today. We just did an oil change on it. It was due. Last time I took it in for an oil change, it was like $75, and I was able to do it myself for $40. So I've started doing the servicing on all my vehicles. I've always done the service on my trucks myself, but I started doing the service on the Gladiator as well, just to save some money so we can buy more parts. Anyway, we have a company that wanted to sponsor a video. They reached out as far as some Gladiator parts, and that company is called Hooke Off-Road 4x4. They wanted to sponsor a video. My wife's been wanting some steps for her truck, so we went online, saw what they had to offer, which is a slew of parts for the Jeep platform. They have just about anything and everything you can think of for the Jeep platform, whether it be a front bumper, a rear bumper, steps, fenders, inner fenders, tube doors, and the list goes on. They do have other platforms as well. I'll put a link in the description for their website and for these steps that we chose for my wife's Gladiator project. So let's see what's inside the box and get these on the truck. Right off, you can see they are on Facebook, Instagram. I have not found them on TikTok. I did look to see if they are on there, but I did not. If you look on their website, they are also on YouTube and Twitter as well, or now X. So like I said, this company is called Hooke Off-Road 4x4. You can kind of see the 4x4 right there. It's at Hooke Off-Road. Must use the same name for all platforms. Like I said, links are in the description. They do say Google Hooke Off-Road to find your parts. So they suggest on top of the box keeping it for 30 days in case there's any issues. So without further ado, let's see what we got in here. Well, so much for keeping that box. Looks like we had some stickage issues here. This stuff is spilled out all over the place and stuck. Luckily enough, they do put the steps inside bags, which is really nice. Looks like we got some hardware here. So let's work on getting the rest of these steps, or getting these steps out of the box, and see what they look like.
Over the edge, feel like I'm floating through the air. The pain I felt is paid for, all is said and done. Oh.
Alright, so right out of the box, it does have a nice crinkle coat, powder coat. It feels like it's on there pretty thick. It'll be interesting to see all these joints like this right here, all this stuff, if it does start rusting after a while. Her front bumper, it's not a Hooke brand, it's a different brand. All these little joints, especially back here like this, has started to have little rust spots. So that will be coming off. I'm gonna re-powder coat that. I do like this finish a lot. So it might get something like this on her front bumper, not certain yet. There was no instructions in there. There may be instructions on their website. So like I said, links are in the description, but we're gonna go through, get these set up, and get them installed. They do have two separate mounting points. As you can see, it's gonna mount to the lip of the body, and then you're gonna have an A, B, and C mounting point. So you can see it's pretty simple. We got two holes lined up with two holes lined up with the body. Now it's going to be different heights, so you're going to have your A, B, and C, whether it starts from the front to the back or the back to the front. I'm not certain yet. It does come with all hardware in a bag. You got a socket head, a button head socket head. You got flat washers, and you have lock washers. Lock washers and lock nuts. One thing I don't like about that, when you run a lock nut with a washer, it still will allow that washer to spin, so it'll allow that nut to come loose. Just some things that I've learned in the number of years I've been doing different stuff. Flat washers, if you're gonna run a lock nut, I would not run a flat washer with the lock nut. Just put that right up against it, mount them, orient them so you can do so. It looks like they got 2 different size washers in there. Like I said, I'm not certain what is supposed to go with where, but looks like all the nuts are serrated lock nuts, so really you don't need the lock washers. You got 2 different types of hardware in there as well. You got some hex heads and you got some button heads. I'm not certain where everything goes. I'm just going to count them out and kind of go from there, because you're only going to have 6 like this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So these are your body mounting. So you definitely would put a flat washer on that and use a lock washer on that, and that goes up through this portion right here into the bottom of the body. There is threaded inserts, 3 of them in the bottom of the body. I'll show that to you here in just a minute. We're going to start out, looks like we got different size button heads as well. So yeah, so let me get this hardware stuff situated and figured out, and we'll get the driver's side mounted and see how it... Alright, so what I've decided to do is on these body mounts, these are a larger hole, so they're going to have something on the back side. Now, against my better judgment, we're going to have to run a flat washer on the back side. I could put those on the head and bring the nut here. It just depends on how long they are. I really don't want hardware sticking out and being visible like this. So we may see, and maybe we can use the short hardware if that works out better, which it might. And once we get it on there, I don't know, we're going to check a couple of different ways to see what we need to do, because you're also going to have hardware down there as well. I was thinking the longer hardware being for the body mounts. It's just a little bit thicker. It's about the same. So we're just going to kind of wing it and see how I like it. Like I said, I don't want to see hardware as I'm walking up to the Jeep. I'd rather see the button head of the bolt itself. So we're going to put 2 of them in. We're going to do the driver's side first, like I said. We'll get the center mounted up, going this direction, washer on the back with a nut, and then we'll see which way is going to look the best using long or short hardware.
I am restricted, fixed upon the web. I need to kick the habit that my mind is breathing in. Break out, I've got to see. Spent all my life holding all of it closely. I played it innocent, a feel of discontent. I'm finally facing it all, fearless.
Alright, as you can see in that time lapse before the battery went dead, these did go together pretty quick. It is A, B, C mounting. Each bracket's different. You can't really see the hardware. I did do, like I said, I turned the socket head around. You can see right there I have that one going the opposite direction. I need to flip these around. They're not tight yet, but everything else is. But they do look pretty good on there. I wasn't sure about putting steps on it. I don't use them getting in the truck. I was thinking about just doing rock sliders with something bolted to the bottom of it that's removable in case we ever do go wheeling. But for the most part, her truck's a mall crawler. But for Hooke Off-Road, sorry, Hooke Off-Road. They're actually pretty good. Like I said, links are in the description if you guys want to check them out. The link will be for the steps, and you can navigate from there by hitting their name to take you to their homepage. They are on other social media platforms as well, and those are listed clear down at the bottom of their website if you scroll down. So for the most part, I did notice when I did tighten up when I did tighten up the serrated nuts, it did pull off some of that powder coat on the back. So I don't know if it's a powder coat or if it's a painted crinkle coat. So I'm going to be keeping a good eye on that. I want to make sure that they are good and protected from the elements. We are in Ohio, so we are in the Rust Belt. Yeah, but for the most part, I do like them so far. Structurally, they are made well. Finish-wise, I'm not 100% certain. That's to be determined. So, with that being said, that's pretty much all I have. Check out Hooke Off-Road or Hooke Road 4x4. I think I said off-road before. Anyways, it's Hooke Road. Check out their website. Look at everything they had to offer. I'm sure they have something for your Jeep, or if you're driving something else, I'm sure they have it for that as well. If you don't mind, hit that like button. Give me a thumbs up. Subscribe if you have not already done so, and we'll see you guys in the next one.